A Nolan Wells bombshell report tonight. Does it reveal new witnesses? And because of the new timeline report,
is there a timeline shift in what happened the afternoon and evening Nolan Wells seemingly disappears? His body found washed up at Horn Island.
you know what that means in my world, Caitlin Becker, joining us in the New York Post? Let me see, Caitlin, please. That means witnesses. See, when I look at that, I see witnesses. Other people say, hey, there's people having a good time. I see
witnesses. Do you see all
those people?
And a lot of
Caitlin,
them.
who were they? Have they been spoken to? Have they been polygraphed? What can they tell me?
That is the question, right? We don't know from an investigative standpoint.
And you got it. You got a treasure trove of photos. And I find this one significant. Guys, we've got an all-star panel, and I would like the all-star panel to look at their screens, because I've talked about this before, Brian Trasher, and I'm frankly fed up with attacks on the United Cajun Navy. They're doing something, which is more than all of the haters can say. They're doing something. We wait for that toxicology report. We wait for the autopsy to be revealed. We wait for a witness list to be produced. At this hour, reports a grand jury is convening as we search for the truth, aside from all the noise and the threats, the falsities, the enhancements, the alterations. The truth is there, and we will find it. Its autopsy is complete, but is being kept secret. Isn't an autopsy a public document? Why is it being kept hidden from us, the public? What is in that autopsy, the first autopsy of Nolan Wells? We want justice in this case. We don't want secret grand jury proceedings. We don't want secret medical examiner reports. We want all threats investigated. We want the truth behind that audio. I want to know. And I want everybody on that boat polygraphed.
This person, Warren, described Nolan Wells as his best friend and brother. 2 weeks later, he did not attend the funeral, and he did not ever seem like emotional or frustrated or sad that he couldn't attend his best friend's funeral because he didn't want to be there and do all the uncomfort, which is fair, but that should at least be hard for you. And then 2 weeks after, you go back to the last spot where you saw your best friend. There was no change in his vocal tone, his body language. There was no emotional trying to hold anything back. He was far more comfortable talking about the details of a bilge on a boat than he was about anything that happened to his supposed best friend. These things are just incredibly odd. And as a psychotherapist and someone who interviews people, like, that would stand out to me as super duper unusual.
We wait for that toxicology report. We wait for the autopsy to be revealed. We wait for a witness list to be produced. At this hour, reports a grand jury is convening.
I wish that none of this would ever happen. I wish Nolan could still be here with us today. And I wish that, like I said, none of this would ever happen. I wish that
witnesses. Do you see
all this could be erased and Nolan could be here tomorrow. I mean, that's more than anything. But other than that, I feel like his mom blasting us on social media from the get-go,
saying that he was out there with one and another guy.
That's where it first started to take off. And then also the fact that she posted a picture of me and Morgan and another guy and Nolan on the boat together, blasting that out there, pushing this narrative.
I wish it wouldn't have been reported as some type of race thing. I think it's really bad that like people are pushing the narrative of, oh, this is a race thing. Well, obviously it's not. I mean, this is like a brother to us. I mean, Nolan's no different than anyone else in our group. And
I wouldn't say like that. I think I haven't been denied, anything, but like Trayson, it's hard to hear from a good friend of mine that he's getting denied a Gatorade and a Red Bull before work.
On that phone call to Cito, some people have gone out and done enhancements to the audio, and in doing that, created a transcript manually. It doesn't appear that the transcript was derived from an automated system or have any, in my opinion, real integrity with it. So what do you guys think about that audio?
Well, I can go ahead and say that as you posted that clip of all of us on the boat, as it's rolling, not rolling, but right there sitting in the water, Wyatt's on the phone with Cito in that clip. I mean, he's on the phone. Wouldn't you think that you would have seen Nolan on the bottom of on the floor or something, or scrambling around, or everybody in in a small space on the boat looking at him or something? I mean, it's just so crazy to think that. Why would we call Cito if we have a dead body on the boat? I mean, why would we call the Coast Guard? Why would we do the things we did if we know we killed somebody?
So they can get ahead of any jury. I've said this before. This is what they're doing. They're trying to get ahead of juries. They're trying to get ahead of the selection that will take place. They're trying to get ahead of all of the stories that will be told when a trial comes and they have to pick a jury and people have their opinions. They're trying to get this out there already. This also tells me they weren't Nolan's real friend. They weren't.
I need them to understand and be really real, because we know better. We know that when you're that one black friend in the group, you get made fun of, you get the jokes, and they laugh it off. The racism is casual. The racism is in jokes. It's dressed up as poking fun. But we love you, bro. We're just kidding, bro.
Let me get this straight. First, you people were saying that Nolan's friends unalived him. And now that there's proof that Nolan was seen on the island after his friends left the island, it's still his friend's fault and they shouldn't have left him there. It seems like anytime there's some more evidence that vindicates his friends, y'all move the goalposts farther and farther back and still find some way to blame his friends for what happened to him, even though we still don't know what happened to him yet, and there's no proof that they had anything to do with it. It's honestly getting to the point where I think y'all are genuinely hoping that something bad had happened to Nolan Wells,
So y'all can have an excuse to push y'all's narrative.
We wait for that toxicology report. We wait for the autopsy to be revealed. We wait for a witness list to be produced. At this hour, reports a grand jury is convening.